So I'm based in the Netherlands. So I would like to start the presentation with a bit insight about the income sources from of the Dutch universities. So there are like three major components of the income source. The first one is the government grant, and the third party income, and then the tuitions. So by third party income, it means the fundings coming from NWO, the Netherlands Organization for Scientific Research, or from the European Union, or from third party like companies. And together, these third party funds account for about 25% of all the revenues of the Dutch university. And this means for Dutch university, the amount ranges from 100 to 200 euros per year. And from a university perspective, it is maybe difficult to increase the grant from the government part or increase from the tuition part. While the third-party funding is based on the competitiveness of your researchers and of your research team. So it's an area worth to invest. So even if there's a 2% increase, this will mean 2 to 4 million euro for Dutch university. And when we look at the funding domain, there are a lot of challenges. And externally, the competition is increasing, and there are a limited number of funders, and the funders are also adding more requirements. This benefits the society as a whole and in the long run, but it put a lot of burdens to the researchers, and especially the PIs, as well as the research admins. And internally, we see there's the university are going from a mix of offline and online activity to the full online activities, especially under current COVID situation. And many departments may have different practices and use different tools. This will result in siloed information, and it's challenging to have a holistic view. And it's become more challenging when you have workflow or process that is interdepartment or cross-functional. And there are many tools that can help. Some are generic, some are very specific, and Pure belong to the generic one. So with the award management, the activities in your entire funding life cycle can be supported. And the typical use cases could be like managing the grant application process, or optimize your grant application strategies, find out areas to improve so that you can cater better support to your researchers. It is also used to ensure the compliance with funders' requirement, and also used to track the return on investment on your fundings or projects. And because of this workflow or process management capabilities, our customer also find innovative use cases, such as managing the bonus payment or managing the PhD trajectories. So how does it work? In the pre-award management, Pure is focusing on identifying the right person for the right opportunities, and also facilitate the internal approval process for grant applications. And this is supported by the content type funding opportunities, ethical reviews, and applications. The data management plan content type is currently being developed. And the researcher can, the research admin can recommend funding opportunities to the researchers in Pure, and the researcher can create application directly by copying those information from the opportunity automatically and for internal approval. And for the post-award management, the focus is on collecting the output related to the award and make sure the funders' requirements such as time tracking, scientific report, and the financial administration are met. This is supported by the content type award, milestones, and project. And the content type project aggregate all the details on the related content. Let's dive in a bit to the approval workflow design and configuration. So for pure without the award management module, the content type application is just like the other content type. You have one managing organization and with the 4-step approval workflow. And the approval and validation is done by this managing organization and unit. For example, a department. But very often the application will go outside this department, for example, for a financial check or for ethical approval or for DMP check. And for pure with the award management module, we can accommodate all this requirement. So first you need to design an approval workflow like the least common multiples of the requirement from all the organizations. So at this stage, the approval route is very complete, but it's not yet tailored to the specific requirement of the organizations. And the organizations in this approval route can be real or physical, like a department or faculty or institute. But it can also be like virtual or dummy, which can carry out those specific tasks, such as the ethical approval. And then each organization can configure or customize their own approval route by applying the conditions in their approval route. And the condition includes funders type, nature of activity, and amount, etc. So this, and it is also possible to skip the certain approval steps. So this makes it really flexible. For example, if there's an application that it has the nature of activity type that involve ethical or animal testing, so this will go through some ethical approval. And on the other hand, an application that is applying for grant in mathematics does not need to go through these steps. Or if you want to single out some funder in the approval route, so when you're a researcher applying for the application in this specific counter, you may provide extra support. You can also add that to the steps. And the content within these conditions can be updated by updating your classification scheme. So this is another flexibility. So what I want to clarify is that Pure does not submit the application to the funders. So it is the researcher that need to submit themselves, and Pure only facilitate the internal approval process. And when an award is granted, so to make sure the funders' requirements are met, the research admin can create the milestones. So the milestone can be academic or can be administrative. The people that are assigned to the milestone can be researchers, can be PIs, co-PI, project coordinators, or the editors that has the access right to this award. And email reminders can be set according to the planned date. So when a milestone is reached, a report can be attached in this milestone. Another important aspects are the financials. This include budget and expenditures. So budget can be created and edited inside Pure, or it can be synchronized with an external system. And this budget editing is only available to the content type application and award. And for the expenditures, it is only possible to synchronize from an external system. This is because usually this expenditure part is managed by finance department using a dedicated system. In the project content types, the information of budget and expenditures are viewed only, and this information is inherited from the award content type. So with this, the PI or relevant person can keep an eye on their spending, and when the funding or the budget is running low, they can apply for more. And with this financial information, they can also do a lot of reporting analysis. So the award management activity has many processes and will involve many stakeholders and may use different systems and specialized tools. For example, some university will use Microsoft Project to do project management or use Informatica to do the ethical review process. And Pure does not want to replace these tools. Instead, we position Pure as a tool that sits in the center of a spider web. So with the content type application and Word and the projects, and also with the integration with the external system, we can collect all the information related to the processes that relating to the activities, your funding related activities. And the integration with external system can be done via the APIs or the XMLs. So about the reporting, the dashboard can give you real-time information about your processes, and it can give you a holistic view or detailed analysis. For example, for a given period, what are the awarded amount each department, and what are the applications that are in the pipeline. This means that those applications that are submitted but not yet receiving any reply from the funders. You can also find out who are the most important funders in terms of awarded amount. You can do analysis like analyzing the success rate per funder. So for those funders with high success rate and big amount, you may encourage your researcher to apply more. And for those funders that has low success rate, you may find out the reasons. So in case support is needed when researcher are applying from these funders, you make sure that help is provided by making sure that funder is directed during your approval process. So another case about reporting, so some university would have the research admin to search and recommend funding opportunities from the external system, and then later import this funding opportunity to Pure so that application can be created directly by the researchers. And with the new reporting, now you can assess the efficiency of your opportunity hunting activities. Right, you can look at the distribution of these funding opportunities, whether this distribution corresponds to the strategy of your universities. And later you can do further analysis on the submitted application and the awarded application. You can also look at those opportunities that attract many applications from the researchers. It means these opportunities are really popular among the researchers. And also you can look at those opportunities that are not touched and find out why and provide corresponding support. So what can be reported and analyzed depends on the quality and the quantity of your information. The award management module provides the foundations, and we can help you with the configuration and integration. So the award management can help the research office to do reporting and benchmarking. It can help them to streamline and control the internal approval process. And with the end-to-end information, in-depth analysis can be carried out to find out opportunities and bottlenecks, and to cater the support correspondingly, and then to improve and drive the growth of the university. And for researchers, the key benefit is that really it can release them from the non-core activity and let them focus on their core activity, that is doing research. And it's allowed them to move fast through the process and allow the PI to monitor the expenditures and make sure that they are compliant with all the requirements. So to recap, the award management module has enhanced the workflow option to track all the processes across the different stages of your funding activities in the application, in the award, and in the project phase. And it is open and can integrate with many systems. So ultimately, with the good quality and quantity of information, evidence-based decision-making are supported. So we hope the award management module can help to increase the success rate of your funding related activities. So that's all my presentation.
Thank you, Hung, for this interesting presentation. It's very interesting to see where the award management module is going and what the possibilities are. Are there any plans to include a contract management process in Pure? Is a question that's coming in at the moment.
Not that I know, but I will just follow this up, and I need to discuss with our product team.
Okay. I see another question coming in. Are there any plans to develop the dashboard? It's very limited at the moment.
I think the dashboard will remain there, but the capability will mainly, let's see what we can do with the new reporting module. So I think the future development will be focused on the new reporting module, and what we will see what we can get from there. But the current dashboard capability is the minimum that we will develop in the new reporting module. There will be new and more.
Yeah, sounds logic. I have another question coming your way. For people who are not using the award management module yet, are the funding opportunities coming in automatically? Are they coming from somewhere? And if they're not coming, can we add them manually?
Yeah, so there are like many ways to add the funding opportunity. Of course, manually add it is possible. You can also do synchronization using XML bulk import with third-party system. And we offer this funding opportunity integration with our solution funding institutional. With that, you need the subscription for some other opportunities. But at this moment, the COVID-related funding opportunities are free. So you can set it up in your Pure to import those COVID-related funding opportunities, and then you can test it out. That's the 3 ways, more or less, you can get the funding opportunities inside.
And for the funding institutions, do you know which ones are in the package? Is it like specific for a number of countries, or is it worldwide? Do you have any idea about that?
It's a worldwide, but we have perhaps more content type in certain countries, and we are adding more for the rest of the world. So it's available as a standalone solution for all our customers around the world. And there's an integration between funding institutional and Pure.
Okay. Sounds interesting. Me, myself, I'm very looking forward to the implementation of the award management, the data management plans as well. There was a short presentation that the day before yesterday as well. So we are looking forward to that. There are no further questions coming in, Hong. So I would like to thank you for your presentation. It was very enlightening.
Thank you.
Some of the stuff you said I will take back to my own institution to see if we can do something with that.
Yeah, let's keep in touch.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do that.